Yo, 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 what's good, people? Apologies for the late start. We've had some major technical difficulties on Mr. Harding's part. Usually we're in Mr. Harding's room. On this occasion of the game, we are in my Zoom room. Anyone who has Mr. Harding's Zoom link, it's the same Zoom link every single Monday, 8 p.m. to 9:30. All right, what's good, people? With the late start, never before happened before. It is currently 8:30, 8:32 p.m. UK time, Monday, the 26th of December 2022. Happy holiday season, greetings, etc. For anybody celebrating this time of year, we hope you're enjoying your time with your family. Every single Monday, 8 p.m. to 9:30 UK time since summer 2020. So we've been running the show for over 2.5 years now. Well, over 2 years, nearly 2.5 years. The game free weekly stocks and crypto webinar, which you can join for free on Zoom by going to the blockchain.sensei Instagram bio or clicking on our link tree, registering your free tickets via Eventbrite. You will be sent a Zoom code, same Zoom code every single week. All replays at youtube.com/blockchain sensei. Please like, comment, subscribe, share, etc. So before getting started, there first needs to be a disclaimer that we do. So, disclaimer, terms and conditions, all content is for information and entertainment purposes only and should not be considered as investment advice or a recommendation to buy, sell, hold any assets or place any trades. Please always do your own what, boys?
Research. Do your own research.
Yes, sir. All our content is intended and should only be used for informational use only. It is very important to do your own analysis before making any investments, which should be based on your own individual circumstances. For example, let's say I was one of them crazy meme coin YouTubers and I was just like, Elon Musk, Jack Dorsey, Inu is going to the moon. You got to ask yourself with your own analysis, is it going to the moon? If it is going to the moon, what is a reasonable amount of capital to risk this apparent asset that is apparently going to the moon? So therefore, you should always take independent professional advice from a professional advisor, or independently research and verify all and any information you may find in our show and content that you wish to rely upon, whether you wish to make an investment decision or otherwise. All investments come with what?
They come with risk, so don't be an idiot.
Risky. Therefore, please do your own
research, fam.
Research, because it's risky, so you gotta do your research. I and nobody from the Blockchain Sensei team at present are financial advisors, and we do not intend to be perceived or received as financial advisors. However, we are working in collaboration with several accredited advisors. If you are unable to mitigate your risk, then please contact us immediately. You can tweet us, DM us on Instagram, send us an email, so we can refer you to an accredited financial advisor, which again, none of us are. So, in this episode of going over the Messari crypto paper, which was released in 2022, and we're going to backtrack a little bit. And see how the year panned out according to Messari's predictions. Now, before we go into the Messari paper, I thought it would be cool to do a little deep dive on who is Messari exactly. So Messari are by current state. Oh, we got Keish in the room, our technical director. What up, dog? What up?
Yo, what's good, bro? What's good, man? Everything good?
Yeah, everything's good, man. I just done the disclaimer.
Okay, perfect.
And I'm just here before we actually. Oh, we got number 5. Who's this? The Zoom user.
Cool. And this is not live, is it? It looks like it's being recorded, but is it live?
No, we are not live on YouTube, unfortunately. So sorry for the YouTube audience that tried to tune in. Live, this is a one-off occasion where this stream is not live. But yeah, you can join this on Zoom and or YouTube 99.99% of the time, every Monday, 8 p.m. to 9:30 UK time. Okay, so before we dive into the earlier 2022 Messari paper, in which we will see how certain things panned out, which the paper stated and or predicted with regards to the 2022 outlook. And then at the end of this, I guess we can talk about our personal 2023 outlooks. But just before we do that, I thought it would be good to actually dive into who Messari are. Now, by general institutional Web3 crypto blockchain consensus and kind of the high-level crypto blockchain Web3 world, Messari is generally speaking well rated as a strong information provider. So let's have a look at their mission. According to themselves, Messari brings transparency to the crypto economy. We want to help investors, regulators, and the public make sense of this revolutionary new asset class and are building data tools that will drive informed decision-making and investments. We believe that crypto will democratize access to information, break down data silos, and ultimately give everyone the tools to build wealth. I agree. Our team is an exceptional crew of industry experts and creative problem solvers. Our backgrounds span a diverse landscape of fields, including mathematics, public service, economics, engineering, finance, linguistic, urbanism, philosophy, and art. So let's take the CEO, Ryan Selkis, just before this webinar. I actually consumed this video on the official Messari, the actual official Messari website, where the CEO Ryan actually revisits the Messari 2022, not paper direct, but things that Messari basically said within 2022, and revisiting such theories and etc. Then we've got Diran Lee, head of engineering. Previously built enterprises and analytic platforms at Palantir, moonlighted as a blockchain engineer working on market data, and he's also built data pipelines on Microsoft as at Microsoft. And he's got a mathematics degree at the University of Waterloo. I wonder if that's US Waterloo or Canada. But anyway, then we've got Emily Coleman, VP Marketing, Eric Turner, VP Market Intelligence, Florence, the director. I won't say her name because I can't say it. But yeah, this is the team of 9. Lovely jubbly. And I thought I'd just quickly go over, because I think what's really, really cool about, the financial literacy space, and as you kind of expand your mind into VCs and DeFi and all this wonderful stuff, is just to be aware of certain players. I'll be completely honest, I was not aware of every single fund that is an investor in Messari. Mind you, they've only stated 8. I'm sure there's more, but I'm going to assume these are the bigger players. So let's just quickly whiz over these. There's 8 funds that I want to quickly look at, and then we'll get into the paper. So Anthemis, we cultivate change in the financial ecosystem. Anthemis Group deploys human, intellectual, and financial capital diversely and inclusively to affect change and build resiliency in the financial ecosystem. Invest, build, explore, and about. So it seems like these guys are not crypto, as in like 100% crypto blockchain only, as they do mention they invest in fintech. So that's cool. Then we've got a company called Breven Howard. I'll be honest, I had no idea who these guys were. But founded in 2002, Breven Howard is a leading global alternative investment management platform specializing in global, macro, and digital assets. Our reputation, keyword being digital assets, our reputation built up over nearly 2 decades is founded on the quantity of our exceptional people and our best-in-class technology and wide range of dynamic investment products. We've got a team of 650 people, 140 portfolio managers, 10 offices. And yeah, that's just a very, very, very quick overview. I'm not here to do a deep dive into the funds that invested in Messari, but if anybody's interested in us doing a deep dive, please let us know. I just thought I'd bring certain things to the forefront, and as with everything, you want to always do your own research. Okay, so fund 3 out of 4, one of our favorite VCs, which is Coinbase Ventures. Shout out to Coinbase team, Brian Armstrong, etc. One thing that we've said in the past, but we'll say it again, is that one thing we theorize in Blockchain Sensei is, no, none of this financial advice, and I guess this is only more effective in a bull market, but it's whereby we like to try and snipe things in the Coinbase portfolio that are not currently on the Coinbase application. One of which was Flow. Do your own research on Flow. Check out our 52 tweet string. But yeah, it's nice to know Coinbase Ventures are involved in Messari. So 5 more. Then we've got Galaxy.com. I think it's amazing how these guys actually managed to get this URL. So Galaxy is a digital asset and blockchain leader. So these are obviously Web3 native, Web3 possibly exclusive. Don't quote me on that. Helping institutions, startups, and qualified individuals shape change in economy. So what I like about this this fund is that they relatively consistent with posting actual content about the market, which shows me they're really in the trenches. I feel like a lot of VCs, they invest in crypto and Web3 and evidently make some bad choices, which I will get into because I will be covering some things, including not limited to FTX and Terra Luna, which are mentioned in the Messari 2022 paper. So yeah, at a glance, they've got 1.9 billion of assets under management. So pretty small if you compare it to say BlackRock and Vanguard, etc. I got here Ruby Racer. Big ups my juicers. 880 plus institutional trading counterparts. And also they offer a plethora of solutions from trading. So they offer spot and derivative over-the-counter trading and lending. So this is obviously for institution. They do asset management. They've got Galaxy Ventures, which is obviously their VC fund. They direct investments in early stage and late stage ventures. So I guess this will be post-seed A, liquid cryptocurrency and digital assets, investment banking, and Bitcoin mining. So a nice plethora of services, which I hope we can add a Blockchain Sensei within the near future. One thing, Keish, you like using Kraken, don't you? I swear this is your favorite one.
Well, about that, times have changed quite a lot.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I do like Kraken. I use Kraken to take out funds from crypto. And it's been very smooth and very easy to use. But be careful at this present moment in time. After the whole FTX situation, BlockFi situation, I'm hearing that Kraken, and was it Huobi? No, it wasn't Huobi. No, Kraken.
Don't say Hubie.
Kraken are basically on a hit list. So guys, be careful where you got your funds.
Oh wow.
I use them mainly for exit.
Okay. Thank you for sharing that. I actually don't have a Kraken account. I'll be honest, I was aware of Kraken Ventures, but I've never looked up until today their investment portfolio. What I find interesting about their portfolio is that it's not like with Coinbase Ventures, where if you compare it to Coinbase Ventures, with Coinbase Ventures, it's a lot of coins. But with Kraken, it seems to be like companies.
Yeah, Kraken, they're not for retail. If you look at Kraken's UI, you can just tell it's not for retail at all, just by the way it's being made.
Yeah, yeah. And one thing, guys, this is just a fundamental when doing research. One thing that I like to look for is when the website states the investor or fund, I like to see if the fund's website
states them.
dates them back. Because to me, that's a better partnership when both parties like when it's. I'm not saying obviously a lot of the times people have lots of funds, lots of investors. So you know the fund of the partner may not have the other partner on their website, but this is just a little bit of a stronger certification, in my opinion. 3 more funds, and then we'll get into it. We've got 0.72 Ventures. I'll be honest, I've never heard of these guys. Also, so these guys are not crypto exclusive. They also do fintech. So I've noticed a little trend in a lot of companies that like to invest in crypto companies. I feel like some of them like to hedge their bets in maybe non-blockchain. Poly AI. What is this? Polygon artificial intelligence. Oh wow. Okay.
No, I don't think it's Polygon, but yeah.
You don't think it's Polygon?
No, I don't think it is Polygon, but definitely check that out.
All right, cool. I'm gonna leave that over here. Okay, cool. Then we've got 2 more. Then we've got Uncut Capital is a seed stage venture firm. So these guys are with. Sorry.
They're early stage investors.
Early, yeah. So founded in 2013, backed by Uncut since 2014. There's not too much information there. Just get some quick overview. So it's a seed stage venture capital firm with over 500 million under management, so only $500 million compared to the previous fund that had 1.9. Currently investing out of 2 funds, 100 million seed fund and 100 million opportunity fund. So yeah. And then finally, we've got underscore.vc. Now, one thing that I do like about these guys is that I think these guys are the most clear when it comes to what they do. I find like a lot of VC companies are quite elusive when it comes to what they've got going on or the services they provide. Maybe it's because a lot of the times these businesses do everything on the back end, and then the website is only there for front facing. But yeah, these guys typically invest 1 million to 5 million in typical seed stage. They like to lead or co-lead seed rounds, and they target roughly 20% ownership at seed. And if they lead, they typically take 10%. I really like this. I'll be honest, I've never come across a VC website that is this upfront. Me personally, look, still new to the world of VC, but
no, that's good.
I like you know, it's like before you talk to us, this is approximately how much we invest, and this is approximately how much we want. I've never seen that before. So yeah, I like that they did that. But anyway, yeah, so I thought I think that's a nice little big introduction to Messari. I'll be honest, one of the reasons why I didn't post the news today was because the main place where we read the news from, it's the official one. Yeah, they haven't been posting as much news. But anyway.
It's the holiday period, man. You know what happens when holiday period comes on. Oh, by the way, guys, I'm not breaking my neck. I've got a screen above me. But yeah, like, you know what happens in a holiday period, bro. So
yeah, everything slows down. So
yeah.
Quick crypto news roundup.
Before you do the crypto news, sorry to interrupt again. Big shout out to CryptoRank for mentioning us. Last week's episode, we actually were featured on their Instagram, which was very nice to see. So I think they're checking us out a little bit, and they appreciate us utilizing their platform. So yeah, big shout out to CryptoRank.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Big ups to CryptoRank. I'll just say big ups. Okay, so let's go over some quick news. So Binance US agrees to buy Voyager's assets for $1 billion. I'm sure that's pocket change to them. So Bitcoin miner Core Scientific is filing for Chapter 11 bankruptcy. Oh dear. Let's send them a festive prayer.
Wait. Hold on. One second. No. This was featured in last week's episode and done just under 300% or 340%. Core Scientific is filing for Chapter 11 bankruptcy. People, they don't file for bankruptcy because they're bankrupt, you know. They file for bankruptcy because it's the best position for them to being at that specific time. Have you guys
That
not
specific time?
seen? Okay, so there's something going on with this company. I think we have to look deeper into that. Maybe they're moving into being a private company or something of that nature. But wow, incredible. I believe we did cover it and said that they're going to be private, but we need to do a deeper dive on Core Scientific, reason being because of this. But very interesting.
Okay, amazing. Wait, are you saying we already did this last episode?
No, we done tier on Core Scientific. It done 340%. It was the
Okay, yeah, I thought so.
The BlackRock ETF.
So Uniswap partners with MoonPay to bolster debit card transfers. That's kind of crazy. So Uniswap, a decentralized exchange, partners with MoonPay, which I believe is about onboarding, right? Like the general public
It's a payment rail solution. So yeah, this does make sense because people will be able to pay with their card.
That's crazy. Binance acquires Indonesian crypto exchange Toko Crypto. Notice how I did it in my Indonesian accent because the word Toko.
We already covered this last week, but I think it's still good to run through. Just do a brief quick run through it because we done this last week.
Cool. Toko Crypto, Toko means shop in Indonesian. Marshall Islands legally recognizes DAOs as domestic LLC. Visa looking to enable auto payments via crypto wallets. MetaMask swaps add support for Arbitrum and Optimism, and OpenSea has blocked Cuban users from its platform. Why did they do that? Maybe some government.
Probably something to do with cash and obviously politics. And maybe
something like that.
Maybe the cartel, but I'll keep at that.
We'll keep it at that. Okay, cool. So, let's have a look at some highlights from this paper. So this paper was released in earlier 2022.
If you guys haven't done a full read through of this, I still do advise you guys to do a read through because it gives so much insight on the direction of technologies and the utilization of blockchain technologies within everything, even the metaverse space. It explains everything to do with Bitcoin and its effect on the world. It really has a very in-depth insight and perspectives, which we'll cover some of today, but it's always best for you guys to do your own research and do the deep dive and give it a read because it's a good read. It's one of the best reads out of all.
Yeah, I can honestly say that it's the end of 2022. This was released in early 2022, and it's still one of the most relevant reports, despite being like 10 plus months old, and one of the best ever.
Yeah, without a doubt.
Yeah. So took 250 hours for the guy to write. Thank you. Appreciated. Also, low-key, this is the best one of the best marketing tools I've ever seen, because they're basically advertising their service and product, but through an amazing piece of content. Okay, so let's have a look at the first little bits. So what have I got here? Let's start with here. The collapse in institutional trust. Why are you reading this? Maybe you're among the 500,000 millennials, Gen X investors who said it takes a miracle to retire. You're worried about skyrocketing public debt, interest rates, and crypto is a life raft. Maybe you're one of the 70% of Americans who disapprove of Congress. We no longer trust policymakers. For us, crypto is an exit vote. So I just wanted to go through, first of all, there was like,
Well, we can't skip past surviving crypto winter. Go back to number 7. How are we gonna skip past that? We're in
okay,
the winter.
true. All right, let's go.
Let's go. For the people. We have to read this for the people.
Let's go for the surviving winter. If you're gonna sell by now,
The little cute penguin. Come on, man.
we like the coins, we like them for the long term and short term, but it's the medium term that can get you from what heights we want to crash. Sounds like a problem to have, but until you've lived through a crypto winter, you don't actually get it. Many will lose faith and won't be able to stomach the soul crushing multi-year grind lower that is crypto winter. For example, one of our favorite company cryptos, which is Polkadot. Shouldn't do it in GBP, but I will do.
Yucky. Why you look at the markets in GBP? Yucky.
It's the same percentages. That's 90%. That's 90% down. So anyone who unfortunately spent, let's say, £1,000 in Polkadot, which you shouldn't have done when it was all the way up here at £40 or kind of like $48, something like that.
Well, it's gonna go to the moon, Ninja. It's gonna go to the moon.
Yeah, no, I'm not telling him to sell. I'm just saying they're
It's
down
only 40
90%.
quid. It's only 40 quid. That's not a lot of money. It's gonna go to the moon, Ninja.
Well, okay, so in addition to eating big paper or real loss, you'll see people have breakdowns, go bankrupt due to out leverage or poor tax planning, quit otherwise promising projects, turn nasty, depressed, apathetic, and generally lose sight of longer term potential of crypto. To make matters worse, the next bear market will be a regulatory nightmare. Haven't we seen? We won't have the bull market vibes to help defend ourselves against all the consumer protection, fraud, abuse, systemic risk, ESG, and illicit activity, fear, uncertainty, and doubt that our enemies will throw at us. At the same time, the grassroots crypto herd will thin because it's tougher to wage war when you've lost 90% of your savings and need to go find a real job again. The first order of business post-crash will be to go back to sessions 1 to 6 and determine if you still believe these are true. So let's have a look at these 6. Is the centralized world still crumbling? Wow. Every single currency except the pound sterling. I mean, except the dollar and a few Arab currencies. Does Web3 offer an optimistic bet on the future? I think so. Are the building blocks of the new frontier, bridges, DAOs, NFTs still worthy of large investments during the next installation phase? In my opinion, will it be easier to find fundamentally strong projects in the next down cycle? Yeah, because they'll keep innovating. Is there still abundant capital available to fund everything interesting? Yeah, because in the first half of 2022, there was more VC investment in Web3 blockchain crypto world than there was in the whole 2021 bull run. Remember, guys, there's always a bull run everywhere. Yeah. It's been 2022 has been a bull run for innovation, VC investment in innovation, Web3, fintech. And there's also been a bull market for global sportswear and merch. Did you know that? Last year, global sportswear and merch was a $78 billion ecosystem, $78 billion market. Now it's nearly 400. So it's done 5x. Shouts to World Cup. And do you still believe the high water marks are attainable in 5 to 10 year time span? Yes, I do. This is more talking about trading, leveraging shorts. Won't go into that.
Well, in short, what it's basically saying is don't worry, be happy, understand the long-term game, and understand that that's the game that we're playing. It's not an in and out game. I believe that they're still correct in saying that regulation is coming into play, and regulation is going to be something that makes everyone a bit unsure of things. And we're still seeing that coming into play. But all of these large things like the FTX situation, the BlockFi situation, and even what they mentioned as well, if you scroll up a little bit, they have something on a complete topic on just decoupling as a whole. Decoupling as a whole, and that happened with USDT. We've been speaking about USDT, saying that don't put your money in it for how long now? Over 2 years, and now it decoupled, and you know, so yeah, there's definitely a lot of things that this paper has spoken about prior to them happening, but it's things that you can sort of see because of the patterns of the world and because of the way that the world is at this present moment in time. All the currencies are done out. There's basically, we're in the middle of a war right now. It may not be a physical one, but it's a financial war, and it's also an IP war, and it's also um, a war in terms of control over different parts of land and having power and ownership of the largest institutions that are what everyone needs to utilize in terms of technology, in terms of infrastructure. This is where the war is at. People are not looking over there because they think there's going to be people with guns in the streets shooting each other. But we're way past those times. We have autonomous weapons. We don't even need people to man guns. So it's a different type of warfare now. It's a financial warfare.
Mm-hmm.
It's a social
It's a
media
spiritual warfare, but we won't go too much into that.
It's everything warfare. So this is why it's good to look at things like this, so you can sort of have a little bit of an edge, have a little bit of a broader perspective to see things in a different way and understand things in your own way, where you can know, okay, cool, since this is gonna happen, I need to make sure I got cash on the side. Since that's gonna happen, I need to make sure I got a generator at my house because the power might just go. We don't know what's gonna happen. Since that's gonna happen, I need to start learning how to grow my own food. Since that's gonna happen, X, Y, and Z, and that's why it's good to run through things like this. But yeah, man, USDT decoupling, we see it happening right there, and yeah, it's incredible to have that early insight from papers like this paper. But this paper as a whole, when it gets into the AI side of things and the metaverse and the internet speed and things like that, this paper is definitely one to go deeper into. But yeah.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. So let's have a quick read of this extract. So Ari Paul wrote one of the most insightful threads on the recent decoupling of crypto markets. This is the cycle where crypto use cases unrelated to Bitcoins were finally validated and achieved meaningful adoption. In previous cycles, it made little sense to be a sector specialist in crypto. Guys, in my second bear market, and I can confirm this is true. In previous cycles, it made little sense to be a sector specialist crypto because these sectors, DeFi, play to earn, GameFi, MetaFi, DAOs, NFTs. In the 2018 bull run, I didn't know what an NFT was. I'll tell you that. I was not thinking about digital asset ownership. I really wasn't thinking about DeFi, to be honest. DeFi and NFTs were basically non-existent 4 years ago. Most of the sectors didn't meaningfully exist as such. Decentralized file storage, smart contract platforms, privacy, and other sectors. Guys, 2021 is the first bull run where people in mass and institutions in mass and public information in the mass crypto community talk about practical application or use cases of blockchain technology. Before that, it really wasn't. It was really about crypto. It was really about coins and currency in 2017, 2018. Now being a DeFi yield farmer, I don't know, it sounds funny. Being a DeFi yield farmer or NFT speculator is arguably a full-time job. This is true. I know somebody who makes his full-time income through being what's called what's it called again? Solana NFT. Can't remember what his thing is. Alpha caller. That's it. He gets a salary.
They call him an alpha caller.
Yeah. He's a Solana NFT alpha caller. That is his full-time salary. I can't disclose who it is,
we've got
but
a
that's
link.
his
We're gonna do
full-time.
an NFT Fridays with him. I'm gonna link him up with my Solana guy. I got a guy
Yeah,
who's the largest Solana NFT holders. But that's for
come,
NFT Fridays. This is the game, so we'll run through
come,
that.
come, come. NFC Fridays, guys, every Friday. Yeah,
Unfortunately, guys, I was trying to pull up my Messari paper with my annotations, but the Apple cloud wants to fail on me. So it's really annoying, but we'll just
no,
run
that
through
is
it anyway.
annoying.
I run through what I know in it rather than just my
But let me
annotations.
let me get some highlights up. So
Man, like do Quan.
the famous the famous Duke One. The famous Duke One. So in hindsight, obviously, maybe out of these 10 voices, Duke One was not the best voice to use, but we all make mistakes. So but yeah, let's go to what Duke One said. But this paper brings some interesting things about USDT and Terra, so hold tight. So at the time of writing this section, I knew I wanted to highlight the fastest horse of the year in the competitive layer one race. Ethereum had rallied nearly 10x on the year, which is nothing to sneeze at. But the real story of 2021 was Ethereum's block space congestion, high fees, and subsequent explosion of its layer one competitors. Avalanche is up 25x over the year. Solana and Polygon 110x. Phantom 106x, but it's Terra that has reigned supreme with a staggering 170x. Now, before let me come on to Cam, because I want to look at you guys. I want to look into your soul, right? Things that rise too quickly. This is across all markets, all business. Quiche, what do they have a tendency of doing when they rise too quickly?
Well, if it does, the wing sling up, when you're up there, I mean, you can't really go up again, otherwise the market's broken. So you gotta go back down.
Exactly. And what do the whales like to do a lot of the times? They like to, well, one institutional play that has happened historically across markets for decades is the whales who control the prices will overly pump up the project that they know they are going to crash.
Yeah.
So anything that does the biggest X, be wary. Be very wary. So
Take your money and run.
yeah. Take your prof and run. Okay, so Terra. So big ups Messari, because they did actually highlight the potential fall of Terra Luna. Right? So let's read it. Messari warned us, terraforming La Luna. A layperson may have read the last couple sections and thought, oh boy, this is too esoteric for me. I'm aware that I'm letting others down. See the best of the rest next section by not going layer one by layer one ad infinitum, but we're going to move on to one final layer one and then wrap up. Oh yeah, because they spoke about other layer ones. Terra's application ecosystem has exploded this year and fell. Its partnership with South Korean payment app Chai brings Terra to 2.3 million users. Good adoption. Terra's algorithmic stablecoin, RIP, UST, has gone from 0 to 7.2 billion in its first year and may soon overtake MakerDAO's in market cap. Synthetic stock application Mirror counts 1.5 billion in locked value, just shy of Synthetic's. See, this is already sus. Synthetic stock application. Terra's Anchor protocol has locked nearly as much Luna 4 billion as Ethereum's Lido has ETH. So, the biggest headwinds are unknowns, but it's clear whether they would prove manageable or catastrophic to the entire Terra ecosystem. Aside from Duquan Terraform Labs' battle with the SEC, so imagine they're in a huge bull market. They're the best performing layer one, but they're having a battle with the SEC. That's not good. Over Mirror and its synthetic stock tokens. RIP synthetic stock tokens, where are they? They appeared and they disappeared. They were on Binance for 5 minutes. They
I'm
went.
not gonna lie, it doesn't even sound like it's real. Synthetic stock tokens, it doesn't sound real, bro.
They sound real, bro. There's the reflexivity of USD and its usage of Luna as a primary source of collateral to worry about. Look, guys, what have we learned from FTX and FTT? Reflexivity of UST and its usage of Luna as the primary source of collateral to worry about. Let me just give some non-financial, again, look at the soul of people, right? Because we want to get in there, right? Anyone who's watching this between now and the next bull run, if a company's crypto company, Web3 company, blockchain company's main collateral is their own token, take the prof and run. You can't, in no other industry, right? In no other industry is the main primary source of collateral their own asset. Anyway, in a full risk-off environment, it's unclear how resilient Terra and UST might be. During the spring dump of Luna, UST nearly became insolvent. When the value of Luna fell below the total of UST in circulation, it also took 70 million capital infusion from Terraform Labs to shore up the stability reserve at Anchor, a systematically important Terra lending protocol. The lender of last resort model works until it doesn't. On the other hand, the protocol's Columbus 5 upgrade, which among other things connected Terra to all other Cosmos blockchains, and Wormhole V2 integration, bringing Luna and UST to Ethereum, Solana, and Binance Smart Chain, will de-risk some of that reflexivity by extending the protocol to other chains, as well as extend UST relevance across the rest of the crypto economy. That's why I remain... Oh, shame. That's why I remain bullish on Terra's long-term potential, Terra stablecoin potential, and give the project a massive TAM.
One second. Can we go to page 116?
116.
So this is in section DeFi 2.0.
Yeah.
Well, I love the way that
USD.
this is out to sections as well. But yeah, the USD T bridge. Just
Oh,
do.
sorry. One sec.
116.
168. What is going on?
Yeah.
Oh, 116.
Yeah, there you go.
Well, you want to go over this USDT bridge?
You can, if you want to do a quick run through, just a little bit. You don't have to read the whole thing. You can, just like the top sentence.
Okay. Whether Tether things are never quite.
No, the top, bro.
Much to the charging of Bitfinex, RIP, and short sellers everywhere, it's unlikely that Tether will fail or put an end to this crypto bull market. If that were to happen, the death of Tether USDT would much more likely come at the hands of a US government seizure than a bank run from the company's depositors.
But their issue is that they have auditors that audit their company incorrectly and manage their funds and then go do funky stuff with it. So yeah, it is their fault. It's not necessarily governments. But governments obviously didn't like them, but also wanted to have a hold of them as well, because obviously you've gone and made your own dollar and it's working, because dollar is a Ponzi scheme anyway. So yeah, that's one of the things I wanted to highlight.
Okay, thank you very much. Another page I wanted to go to was page 36. So, no, not 35, 36. The king, aka Bitcoin, stay the king, no flippenings. So, according to Messari at the start of the year, they said the probability of a flippening next year are maybe 20%. And not because ETH is money, no matter what South B say. So the B say. If ETH doesn't manage to flip Bitcoin, it won't be because of superior money, but rather because the market values the world's most unique user-owned computer platform and its earnings and growth potential more highly than its digital goals. In other words, we'll look afterwards, we'll look at BTC versus ETH like we do Microsoft versus Google. This isn't an original thought, but BixMax founder Arthur Hayes broke this analogy down in a piece of Flippening Debate, where he says it's impossible for ETH to be the world's best virtual computer and the world's best money at the same time.
Another way of looking at it with like Ethereum and Bitcoin is like Yahoo and Google, and like the shift between the way that the internet has sort of expanded and how people have interacted with it, and like the fight of these two companies, but they're not exactly the same and they do completely different things. Yeah.
So it's possible to hold a view that crypto as a whole will outperform Bitcoin. Well, crypto as a whole does outperform Bitcoin because Bitcoin's only 40% of the market. And also, I just wanted to have a look at this very quickly. So this is the major crypto assets by percentage of total market cap, Bitcoin dominance. So Bitcoin dominance this year did peak at 47%. We're currently at 39%. During the time of writing, it was pretty much a similar percent dominance. So the dominance from the Messari paper coming out early this year and now is pretty much the same. And then this is Ethereum's, and Ethereum has remained around 18 to 20%, dipped to 15%, 18. Yeah, so it's pretty much floating between mainly 17 to 20% the whole year. So this year we've seldom seen anything change in the Bitcoin and Ethereum dominance. Bitcoin dominance being anything from as low as 38% to as high as 47%, and then Ethereum, but it was only 47 for a minute, and then Ethereum ranging from anything from 14% to 20%. So it's been pretty much sideways action. Okay, and then I wanted to go to page 140, Reddit's co-founder. Fastest growing company of all time. Oh yeah, so actually wanted to talk about FTX. So let's go to page 40.
Oh yeah, I wanna cover one thing as well after.
Cool. So I think it's interesting that if we go to page 81. Oh. So sex ed. It's good to know that Messari have jokes. They described Coinbase, Binance, and FTX as the God tier. Well, one of the gods has fallen, unfortunately. Again, on page 82, we can quote that. So, if you want to know where the puck is heading, though, I'll highlight FTX. A lot of ink has been spilt writing about Sam Bankman-Fried this year. Chaotic good, wealthiest person under 30, effective altruist, size Chad impersonator. To be honest, it's well-deserved. FTX moves at an otherworldly speed and has built a $25 billion business, which is now, I think, less than 1 billion. In less than 3 years with under 100 employees. Yes, under 100, because we know like 10 of them is living in the same house doing crazy things.
Let's not.
No, but like, again, I want everyone to learn from this, because in the next bull market, the future bull markets, you have to be able to spot susness. Like, like with Terra, just like with Solana, and FTX, they're the fastest growing company. Guys, just stop investing in the fastest growing company. I think that needs to be a thing now. If it's the fastest growing, don't invest in it.
Or if you really have your funds in it and you've made a lot of return, take out a high percentage.
Exactly.
Financial advice. This is my opinion.
Yeah, exactly. Unless you were in early in the fastest growing company, just chill out. You know, we want stability. They're the fastest growing company of all time. It's too fast. Ahead of Coinbase, Stripe, and even Binance. See, everybody likes to bet on the new unicorn, and they did it in the ruthlessly competitive crypto exchange market. Here's how they did it in 10 easy steps. Leverage capital and street cred from being one of the top traders on BitMEX. Make the markets during FTX's startup period with your sister prop desk. Build product for traders by traders, things like leverage tokens and tokenized stocks. Use the token to incentivize early customer acquisition since switching costs are high. Buy the largest mobile onboarding platform available in Blockfolio. Become the second largest donor in the world to future president's campaign. Spend a staggering 500 million on sports marketing to build brand awareness. Pick the right layer 1 blockchain to help scale a DeFi ecosystem on Solana. Use that to become a god for early Bitcoiners to rally outside of Ethereum. Raise eye-opening amounts of money in memeable increments. I don't know if Messari were like slowly telling us that something sus is going on in their own language. I don't know.
Yeah,
they might
have been. Yeah, they might have just been.
Maybe this was the hint. Maybe this was the hint.
One thing I wanna touch on is page 121 real quick.
121.
Yeah, because actually I scroll up a little bit and go to the first diagram. It says, what if stablecoins were independent from fiat monetary systems? Scroll down a little bit.
You're going through this, yeah.
So as you can see, the way that they've depicted this is that the US government and the Federal Reserve have got their fingers in the pies of all of these stable tokens and coins, right? And payment systems on the blockchain. And this goes to show that obviously they have control over it. And on the other side, these are non-pegged stable coins, right? And now I want you guys to sort of think about how this can work, because this has always been the solution, right? Do you know how everyone said, oh yeah, back your US dollars with gold, or use gold and physical assets to back your currencies? Or did this is something that I thought of a while ago, because I was working on a project that I can't disclose, and it was like, basically, how can you create the most stable coin or token in the world? And that is back it with everything. Scroll down. So scroll down, keep on scrolling a little bit to the next diagram. It's right there. So if you look at this, right, so if you look at the Chinese yuan and their reserve assets, they've got the gold, they've got the dollar, and another currency. These are fiats, right? So that is called a SDR, right? It's an SDR model. And what SDR is basically like something that governments use and utilize to back themselves up. So it's like a fund, call it like a fund, and it's separate to the government's systems or banking systems. But what they do is they have one reserve where they put all of their capital. So they put their currencies and a bit of US dollar, as it is the reserve currency, in this one place, and it is almost like an emergency backup fund. So they have the ability to call upon those funds that have been allocated from all of the countries in one place as an emergency sort of thing. And this is the approach that for example, has utilized. Also utilizing a DAO, which is obviously the safest bet, because no one entity or organization controls it. But as you can see in their basket, they got Bitcoin, they got DAI, Ethereum, Algorand, and I don't know which one is in the bottom. But it's basically a basket of assets that they've put together, right? Which allows, depending on the percentage of allocation, which is the most important thing, it allows it to be extremely stable and really hedged and backed correctly. And this is what the government should have been doing from time ago, but they ain't trying to do something proper. Yeah, having your currency backed with multiple assets in the right percentages just creates a currency that is unbeatable and unbreakable, because people need it. and also backed by not just cryptos but also physical, like gold, silver, platinum, and yeah, a lot of people are sleeping on platinum as well and lithium. Yeah, those are very, very rare resources. But yeah, I think that's me.
All right, all right. So then I wanted to go to page 140. Looking for Reddit's co-founder. That's the note that I've got. But I forgot Reddit.
Yeah, that's right there.
Oh yeah, okay, cool. So I just thought this was interesting. Oh, Solana summer never ends. Let's just go here. So no project, maybe in crypto's history, has gotten hotter faster than Solana in 2021. A 100x rally, a legendary challenge from one of its early critical backers, intense VC interest, and exploding infrastructure stack, and application ecosystem, and a blockchain that is fast, making it the first legitimate challenger to Ethereum layer 1 dominance. Don't know about that. I will acknowledge the recency bias, but only if you also acknowledge the fact that Solana is really good at the things Ethereum doesn't even try to be good at. Solana is not trying to out EVM and out modularize Ethereum. It's trying to fit everything it can into its base chain. The team is executing at breakneck pace that was evident. I mean, it's kind of slowed down now, hasn't it?
Yeah, they had one of their major investors pull out.
Yeah, and even like some of the biggest Solana, like I don't know, but I know that like some of the biggest Solana NFT projects are even moving to Ethereum and Polygon now.
Yeah, well, yeah.
That's
I
rough.
mean, I've warned. So I spoke to this guy who's the largest collector on Solana. He's trying to tell me he's Solana native, and I was like, bro, it's way too early to be native on one chain, bro. You better be careful, doggy. He said, yo, if it goes, I go. I was like, damn, he's really going hard. He's
Listen,
going hard, bro.
we're not our blockchain sensei, we're not overly bullish and overly loyal to one asset and one blockchain. We believe in a diversified portfolio, for the record.
Interoperability, that's
Yeah,
what we
I
believe
like
in.
Polkadot, I like XRP, like Litecoin. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
But yeah,
we're definitely
spread it
not
out, spread it out.
chain native at all. We're not chain native at all.
We're not chain native, no.
Yeah.
100 million in investment for decentralized social media with Reddit's co-founder. One sec. The team's executing at breakneck pace that was evident this month at Breakpoint conference. 100 million in investment for decentralized social media with
Sorry to
Reddit's
interrupt again,
co-founder.
bro.
Sorry, say that again.
Sorry to interrupt again, bro, but I can't lie. That breakneck pace, bro. You mentioned it earlier today, bro, in this episode. The speed ain't really the best thing, man.
It's not the best thing.
I can't lie. I ain't trying to break my neck at pace.
Trying to break my neck. Steady investments. You know what? If I'm a pre-seed or ICO or equity shareholder, then yeah, break pace. But when it comes to putting my money in the public markets, I just want that. I want that steady growth. To a 100 million fund with FTX geared towards blockchain gaming, Brave's migration to Solana as the browser's default blockchain, Solana's ascendance as potentially dominant platform in crypto gaming. Dominant platform in crypto gaming. Oh, Messari. Do you know what? I feel like Messari we're still in the bull run fields. I respect them, but there's certain wording of this, and this is what we do. Blockchain Sensei, we do our due diligence. Hello, FTX integration. It's a lot of shilling of FTX.
In terms of crypto gaming, there was a lot of different wars between AVAX, Solana, and Ethereum, and Binance as well, from my knowledge. So
listen,
maybe in the middle of those wars.
Play to earn gaming right now is completely dominated by Ethereum and Ethereum layer 2s. That is the state of the market. This was a little bit too much. Dominant platform in crypto gaming. Oh, that was a bit too bullish. Finally, the last thing I just want to talk about is NFTs, because of course there needs to be a drawdown when apes and monkeys are being sold for 7 million. You know, there's got to be a pullback. So it can't last forever, man. So The visuals themselves are underwhelming. The 100 Ether rocks selling for 7 figures each are literally based on free clip art. But hundreds of thousands of people are spending real money buying into PFP communities to signal they have gotten in on the joke early. Grok the full history, context of NFTs and why these particular PFPs are worth the investment. Desperately need friends and have plenty of money to burn, and all of the above. It makes sense that we'd see interest and enthusiasm from PFP takeoffs. They are perfect for crypto Twitter and emerging metaverse. PFP projects with engaged, talented, and core community members that contribute to the project's culture and economy, like punks, early NFT adopters, will attract other members. Crypto pumps, bored apes, and pudgy penguins could represent a major component of one's digital identity and pseudonymous reputation in the future. I can't believe I just wrote that. Just like brands rely on memes like slogans, images, and brand ambassadors, etc., and intangible assets, crypto collectors could leverage NFTs in similar ways. I encourage you to read the full article about Punk 7804 history, which was sold by the founder of Figma for $7.8 million this year.
What? So Ninja, you don't agree with the statements that was made saying that PFPs are important for Twitter?
I think they're somewhat important, but not $7.8 million important.
Okay, I hear you. I mean, when it comes into play with social media and things of that nature, you can't really perceive value. It's very difficult to perceive value of something if it's attached to someone with millions of following that's talking and running narratives.
The thing basically with NFTs, like when it comes to super expensive NFTs, I think it's all about like the access.
Mhm.
So it shouldn't be seen as something like I think the first. Okay, let me give you my NFT investment thesis. Yeah, when it comes to investing in cryptocurrency, you want to have a basket. This is my opinion, not financial advice. You want to have a basket of blue chip cryptos that are the majority of the portfolio, and allocate some of the portfolio if you have the stomach for it to lose on altcoin speculations. When investing in NFTs, with the current state of the NFT market, I don't think people should buy NFTs with financial return in mind. I think people should buy NFTs because they like the art and or want access to that community, and that should for now be the reason why somebody buys any NFT. It shouldn't be on the speculation that it's going to go up, or the bet that it's going to go up, because at the end of the day, the valuation of these digital assets are is unvaluable in a financial sense of the word. So it should just be to do with utility. You like the founders,
Yes,
and or you just want to support the project.
Has to have real world utility. Completely agree. I think
Yeah,
that definitely makes sense. And yeah, if you want to have access to that community, etc., that's very important. So yeah, I think definitely agreed with you on that one. In regards to investment and in NFTs as a whole, I personally think that if you like, obviously having understanding is extremely important and knowing the space, but if you're not using AI or aggregation to trade NFTs, then you're not a real NFT trader, in my opinion.
wow. All right, so let's wrap it up with some 2023 final thoughts. We got live here on the IG. Who's live on the IG? Someone's live on the IG. Big up someone who's live on there.
Before everyone live on the IG, I want to ask Wukash, Zishan, anything that you want to ask a question about or discuss about today? Anything in the paper that you might have found out or checked out that was quite interesting for you guys? I guess that's for Wukash now. Zishan just dipped.
Yes, brother. Yes, 2 seconds.
No problem, my bro.
So look, when it comes to the paper which is gone for, like, what I found very interesting is how, especially in the case of stuff like FTX and Luna, how wrong even the smartest people in the world can be.
Yeah.
I'm not claiming Mr. SBF, may he spend a long time in jail. I'm not claiming he's the smartest person in the world, but the guys from Messari, their reputation, from what I know, is pretty solid, and they have been horrendously wrong. So it just goes to show how dangerous this market can be, especially when things reach peak euphoria, where people think things will just keep going forever based on the fact that somebody donated to the current president, or the fact that, hey, they've just simply been going up for a very long period of time. I think somebody said it a couple of months ago, where in the bull market, nobody cares about the technology or if the thing actually works.
Yeah.
Everybody cares in the bear market. So
yeah, exactly that. Everyone just wants to see the returns. Everyone wants to see what's going to go up 1000x, and how can I get my 100x returns? That's what
yeah,
people
definitely.
been
Let's be
trying to
honest.
grab.
Everybody who's in this game is in it for the money. Even the people who are passionate about the technology, they want to make the money as well, because it's not free even to build it. So you do want to see a return, obviously.
Oh, of course, yeah. I think I completely agree with what you've been saying, and it just goes to show that there's no such thing as an expert in this space, because it's such a young time. Even if I've like, let's be honest, we have a lot of people that we've spoken to and we know, and internals that have master degrees in blockchain technology, and they're still learning. I mean, like, it's really such an early stage in this space, but there's so much to grasp because it's always forever changing, and things like the Messari paper are timestamped in the timeline of the space, and I feel like the Messari paper, what they've done incredible, was a huge timestamp on everything that's happening and everything to happen that they foresee. And yeah, I think if you want to learn a little bit more about the metaverse side of things and sort of the future and how AI ties into it as well, this paper is an incredible paper to read regarding that. But yeah, definitely completely agree with you. There's no such thing as an expert in the space, and it's really such a time where you got to learn and do your own due diligence. You got to use your brain for yourself and think, if this happens and that happens, what will happen after? So yeah, 100%.
Definitely, brother. And like you said, whoever did put this paper together, absolute respect and gratitude.
Right.
And yeah, the current financial system that we are in, it's massively flawed. So if we are under the assumption that we are building a new financial system, it's going to have flaws, especially in the early stages, even if we are building something better than what is currently in place.
Of course, yeah, definitely. I mean, yeah, there's going to be premature technologies and things that happen, but it's really a snowball effect of innovation, because these things that failed, I know for myself, when I build protocols, I definitely learn from a lot of people's mistakes in order to try and create something as successful as possible. You got to learn from a lot of different companies' mistakes, and I think that's what's pushing innovation in the space. And there's a lot of innovation that's happening because of it. There's a lot of people that are looking at projects, learning about them, and being like, you know what, that protocol and this protocol, they're missing this little bit. And that's how the greatest technologies are created. So every little company that comes and goes is a stepping stone for the one, for these unicorn companies that everyone wants and everyone wants to see. So but yeah, there's definitely a lot of problems that need to be solved in the world, and there's a lot of things that blockchain technologies as a whole can solve. And I feel like the focus after regulation will be more on things with utility, real world use cases, and things of that nature, because regulation will be coming into play. But not only just because of that, because I feel like people begin to wake up to actual blockchain technology and separating it from cryptocurrencies. I hope. But yeah.
Well, there's hope and there's what people do, which we will find out when the money
People do
printer
what
goes
people
much
do.
later.
Yeah, people always do what people do, man. That's a fact.
Hey man, we thought Vitalik Buterin was really for the people, and then proof of work came along, and became super centralized, available for institutions only. So I don't know,
Wait,
Vitalik, are you with us or you see
no,
that
but
cash?
he been talking to the banks from day, bro. Do you not remember them interviews of him? He's like, yeah, I'm going to talk to a bank right now, and they're like, but you're 20, but you're 20 years old. He's like, I know. He's been talking to banks from day, bro. They all know him. They know him personally, bro. Like face-to-face meetings. So I think he's definitely always had in mind to be compliant with the government and do what.
Regulation, yeah, you're right. Yeah, he wasn't exactly flying that decentralized blockchain, fuck the system, anarchist energy from the start.
No, man, he's just trying to
Always
create
about
something
tech
cool
and
and make his own world.
yeah,
That's what he's just trying to build
yeah,
something cool.
And he was smart enough to understand that the only way for this to become the biggest thing on earth is I must comply with regulation and work alongside the institutions.
Yeah,
And
without a doubt.
yeah, he's never he's to be fair, he's never been that decentralized. This is money for the people person. I've never heard him say that. So yeah, but it's Vitalik, man. So just some final words from me, guys. Just keep learning, man, and stop and don't let like I'm gonna call people out because I'm hearing this too much collective energy of I'm working on me, I'm working on other things. Let's be honest, you fell off because the market dropped. Let's be completely honest. How is everyone working at the same time? Let's just be honest, guys. Like, don't fall off the market because the price has dropped. Like, this is the time to double, triple down. Like,
Don't drop with the price. Because listen, that polka dot was $40. Yeah, the polka dot was $40. How much will my $40 buy now, Ninja? How much will $40 buy now? That same 40
bucks,
bucks.
10 of them. 10 of them. You can
10
buy
of
10.
them. Wake up. Come on, wake up. Why are you sleeping for?
Or like 9 or something. It's like £1 for like nearly 5 Cardano. It's like 4.5 or something like that. Yeah, but I'm honestly, let it be public information that yes, the markets are bleeding. Do I expect the market to bleed down further? Yes.
Yes.
Check out me and Zishan's technically speaking from yesterday. Amazon stock at current as of December 2022 is at the coronavirus March 2022 dip, right? Like,
Did they just have a stock split as well? Or was that Tesla again? Somebody had a
both. That literally, if you buy Amazon at current price and it goes back to the November 2022 high, that's a 2x.
Ooh,
A stock. Like, this is the time to hone down on understanding, and look at innovation. And if you want the practical advice on how to innovate in Web3 and the financial world, it's literally become somebody of value and understanding, have a base level value of understanding, and start going to networking events. And one of the easiest business models everyone can get in the business of, which we are in the hyper business of, is being in the business of connecting people and people. Like, everyone can do this. This is like the biggest. I'm telling all my friends right now, it is the perfect time to hone down on knowledge, hone down on cash flow, and start innovating, because in the next bull market, after the next bull market, you might not see us. I might be on an island. There might be no connection. Just I'm on an island.
Listen, guys.
So I can't promise you I'm going to be here, guys, after the next bull market. You might not see Ninja for a minute. So please take in what I'm saying. There might be no connection on the island.
There's no connection on the island, dog. No connection on the island.
What's the point of having an island?
One thing I must say, guys, though, for me, my final words are actually read this Messari paper. If you read this Messari paper, I would like you to personally message me and have a conversation with me. Call me and let's have a conversation, and then we'll talk and discuss. the future of the world and the technologies and the innovation inside of the Messari paper and outside of the Messari paper, inside my brain. Okay, but yeah, I think that's what I have to say. Actually read it, check it out, because that is vital information.
Wait,
And
can we make this a recorded promise? First 5 people to read the Messari paper and DM Keish on Instagram, or you can
has
DM
to be
Blockchain Sensei
annotated. You have to
and
send me an
request Keish.
annotated piece of paper. You have to send me the whole paper annotated, and then we discuss.
Annotated. Yeah, and then Keish
But
will
it's
book in
highlighted.
a conversation with you. Yeah, there we go. First 5 people to action that.
There you go.
Łukasz, what's the what's the final words from our Polish Terminator?
Final words, right? So,
No,
Ninja,
it's gonna get real, guys. Be prepared.
So, with Ninja, with what you touched on a bit earlier, with a lot of people dropping off, losing attention, and just checking out of the game because the prices are low. For those that are still in the game, that is actually good for you, because right now is the perfect time to be deep in the game, getting an understanding of what things are, stacking cash. Because look, let's say the bull market restarts tomorrow. Even if you have 500 pounds in your bank right now that you can invest, it's not going to change your life. Even if it goes 10x, you've turned 500 into 5 grand. Big deal. Your life is still pretty much the same. So if you've got 500 left in your bank, you should either be hustling or you should be begging your boss for overtime. Either one of those two. Ideally, both. Do I think prices will still go lower? Yes. I think this is still not the end. I think the Fed will keep raising rates. I think the markets will keep on bleeding until something catastrophic happens, similar to FTX, but not in the crypto markets, in the real markets, the big markets, either real estate or stocks, something major that crashes everything. Boom.
So maybe, do you know what? I never even thought about this. Like, do you know what would really mess up the markets if like Robin Hood or Trading 212 crashed?
Not even trading to my 212. I don't know much about. Robinhood, maybe, I'm not sure, but there needs to be some major cataclysm that just makes people think this is the end of the world. That's when I would say.
No, guys. The banks are shutting down. The banks are dying. There's no physical banks anymore. Guys, wake up. They're all dying in front of us right now. It's a massacre. They're all like dying off. They're gone. Them gone.
Keish, you still there?
Well,
Somebody check on Keish.
somebody check on. Oh my God, he's actually gone. Wow. Okay, I don't know if that was intentional or not, but we'll wrap up.
I don't think I can top that. So, actual final words, guys. If you are still in the game, you are in the right place at the right time. You just need to keep stacking cash, you keep stacking knowledge, and keep understanding of what's out there. And then when you've comfortably bought your bags, which I'm not personally DCAing just yet. I might start in a couple weeks, maybe months, depending on how bad things go. But even if you buy a little bit now, it still dips, but then it goes 3-4x, whatever. You did all right. It's just depending on how long of a time frame you want to play the game on. And yeah, by the time everybody regains their interest again and decides crypto is the future and they want to participate in the market and they want to buy Bitcoin, buy Ethereum, buy whatever, you'll be sitting comfortably on bags you accumulated when they were busy playing Nintendo.
Thank you very much. 2023, let's all start to exit the
switch off Netflix, sell your Nintendo, read reports.
Thank you. And we're out. Yeah,
And
please
stack.
DM us signing out. Messages at Blockchain Sensei Instagram or email us hello@blockchainsensei.com for all inquiries, including but not limited to Web3 solutions. If you need software being built, if you're a Web3 company that's looking for funds, we're connected to over 40 VCs and counting. If you are a venture capital company pro crypto neobank, a family office, or any such institution that is looking to invest in Web3 Web3 blockchain projects, let us know and we'll connect you with some great unicorns that we've sniped. We at Blockchain Sensei ourselves are actually not looking for investment. We've actually turned down quite a lot because all current shareholders of Blockchain Sensei are the team members that you see on the page. Yeah, we're also obviously still focused on education. Any universities want to get in touch, institutions, and or retail, please let us know. Myself and Wukash will be heading up a lot of retail within 2023, and we're looking to launch finally the overdue digital course, digital product, which we'll keep pushing towards. That's been built in the back end. Thank you so much, and happy to see you guys in 2023. Much love.